Peace and love, and welcome to the Los Angeles Sentinel Daily Brief. This is where we talk black and talk back to the headlines that are impacting the black experience. I'm Niele Anderson, and here's what you need to know for today. According to the Pew Charitable Trust, when foster youth leave high school and do not enroll in college within 2 to 4 years, many experience unemployment, go on public assistance, battle homelessness, or become involved in the criminal justice system. Today, we will speak to an organization that is empowering youth and communities of colors to change that narrative. Joining me now is Dr. Yasmin Delahoussaye, Chief Program Director for Educating Students Together and a proud partner of Microsoft. Welcome to the Daily Brief, Dr. Delahoussaye.
Thank you.
I want to start off with you. Talk to us about your program and how it benefits communities of color.
Thank you. I appreciate that question. EST works in the college affordability space. We are a nonprofit organization in the community dedicated to breaking the cycle of poverty and improving the quality of life for foster and low income youth by helping them access and complete college. So nationally, whereas 1% of all high school students receive a full ride scholarship, in 2022, we were able to help 64% of our students receive full ride scholarships to the tune of over $4 million. So we are working in the college affordability space because we know it's needed in our community.
You talked about how you were providing full ride scholarships, but I want you to talk to our viewers about how important that is when we look at and think about student loan debt.
A lot of students have student loan debt, as we all know. Many of the viewers may not know that of the $1.7 trillion owed in this country in terms of student loan debt, 58% of it is owed by women. And then when you drill down further, you find out that it's Black women in particular that are carrying this debt. And they tend to owe at least 13% more than they actually borrow because the percentages that people were borrowing at, even though interest rates were low, was quite high. It wasn't unusual for students to have a 6 to 7% interest rate. And so it's vitally important that we do something about that. And, historically, it harkens back to the fact that white families tend to have more wealth than Black families. Primarily, they got this wealth through home ownership. But many of the viewers may not know that when Black servicemen returned during World War II and the GI Bill started, Black servicemen were excluded from accessing the GI Bill. And that impacts a student's ability to go to college.
We talk about systemic racism in this country, and I think those are two valid points and examples of it: student loan debt and our military and GI Bill. So I thank you for pointing that out. But as we look at your program, talk to us a little bit about how HBCUs play a role in helping advance communities of color.
Absolutely. HBCUs are at the forefront because it's through HBCUs that we see our students graduating with greater satisfaction, having gone through an undergraduate program that completely supported them, and then going on and getting not only their master's, but oftentimes their PhD as well. And I do know that there's a study out for those foster youth that might be listening to this broadcast. And that says that if you are a foster youth and you go to an HBCU, you have a far greater chance of getting your degree than if you go to a predominantly white institution.
Let's talk about your partnership, Educating Students Together and Microsoft. How have they enhanced your program from when you started to when they came aboard?
Absolutely. Great question because we, during the pandemic, almost had to close our doors
Mm.
We had no income whatsoever. We had to lay off all of our employees, and Microsoft was a godsend. They came in, they helped us build our technology infrastructure to the point that we were able to get grants. We were able to talk to program officers because we could answer their questions right away. Whereas before we were a paper based organization, I liken us to a dinosaur in a cave. Everything was on an Excel spreadsheet or it was in notebooks. And when you get pitched a question such as, who were your top 5 donors last year? And you can't answer that question during the interview, you're likely not to get the funding. But with Microsoft, now we have a customer relations management database, and at a touch of a button, I can bring up the answer to that question.
Great. That's good to know because Microsoft is our title sponsor for our digital world. And with them and the information and resources that you will be providing, I think that our Taste of Soul Nation will be very excited to come and meet all of you. So let us know before you go how we can get more involved or learn more about your organization.
Well, our organization is completely free to the community, and I would love for the community to go to our website, which is www.estcap. So it's E like Echo, S like Sam, T like Tango, and then cap, like a baseball cap that you wear.org. And I'd love for you to listen to the video that we have posted on our homepage about a young woman from Inglewood who thought that our organization was too good to be true, only to find out that we were the real deal. And she received over 1.1 million in scholarship offers.
We are more than excited to having educating students together at this year's Taste of Soul with Microsoft.
Thank you. And we would enjoy being there and sharing this resource with the community, especially for people who are interested in making sure that they don't take out onerous student loan debt to get their kids through college. Thank you.
Great program, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're excited to have educating students together along with Microsoft at this year's Taste of Soul. For more information and the latest news about the festival or news that's impacting the Black experience, you definitely want to head over to lasentinel.net. I'm Niele Anderson, and you have just been debriefed.
Today's Daily Brief is brought to you by Microsoft, a proud sponsor of Taste of Soul's digital world. Microsoft, bringing tech innovation to the Black community.
Hi, I'm Danny Baker, and I'm excited to announce that the Brenda Marsh Mitchell Gospel Stage is back. Hallelujah! And this year the theme is the Year of the Choir. Boy, it's on fire. We're going to celebrate choirs and gospel greats like James Cleveland, Andre Crouch, Edwin Hawkins, Keith Pringle, and that's just to name a few. So come out and join us for praise, good food, family fun, and a taste of soul, Saturday, October 15th. Ain't no party like a Bakewell Media Party. For more details, visit tasteofsoulla.org.